Hey guys, welcome to the channel if you're new, welcome back if you're a subscriber. Special thanks to all my patrons. My name's Neil and it's time for the next episode of Lost. Guys, I am so excited to jump into a couple more episodes today. So much new stuff is happening on the island, and I can't wait to find out what happens next. In last episode, episode 6, The Other Woman, not only did we get a lot more of Juliet's backstory on the island, but we learned a lot more about this poison gas that it seems clear to me at this point Ben used to kill his father with in the Volkswagen van. It was the same gas that purged the rest of the Dharma Initiative on the same day, and Goodwin manufactured it in this plant that Daniel and Charlotte went to. They clearly knew about it because they traveled in. They had gas masks and biohazard gear with them on the chopper, and I think it now ought to be clear, and I might be wrong, but it seems like a fairly straightforward, logical step, that when Ben said, if these people come to the island, everybody on the island is going to die, what he actually meant wasn't that the rescuers were going to kill everybody, but that Ben was going to sacrifice everybody on the island to prevent the rescuers from gaining access to the island. It feels to me like Ben has control. He was willing to sacrifice this, and he had enough control with the woman, I'm blanking on her name, but she appeared to Juliet, and yet Ben was still in captivity, so I'm not sure how he got a message to her, but she relayed a message to Juliet from Ben that this was happening. Anyway, Ben's really off the deep end, in my opinion. But what I wanted to talk about before we jump into this episode is the gifts that the island bestows. And it seems it gives multiple gifts, but it almost grants different powers to different people, if that makes sense. It seems to have granted immortality to Richard, and perhaps to some of the other hostiles that we haven't gotten to know yet. It seems to have given Ben the ability to communicate with ghosts. First his mother, and perhaps Jacob, although is Jacob a ghost or is there something else there? I don't know, but that's sort of where my head's going now. It gave healing powers, essentially, to Locke and to Rose, apparently to Jin, and to, everybody else who's healed from gunshot wounds and incredibly quickly on this island. Sawyer's been shot at least 3 times, I think, at this point, or had grievous wounds at least 3 times. Anyway, what else? Now, maybe the island has granted this, or maybe it's something else, but let's go back and talk about Walt and his ability to manifest whatever is on his mind. It feels like that ability was certainly enhanced on the island. Yes, he was the luckiest kid in the world prior to coming to the island, and there was that little incident with the bird, and I'm sure there were other things in his childhood that had that same effect. But on the island, it seems he was able to summon the polar bear, turn off the rain, the sort of thing. We never actually even saw him burn the raft the first time, so maybe he just did that with his mind. That feels like a gift that the island can bestow. And maybe luck might even be a gift the island bestows. And maybe it's bestowed it upon Hurley. Hurley has lived this sort of blessed/cursed life since he won the lottery, since he played the numbers. And that's continued on the island itself. He's escaped harm multiple times. And yet there's so much tragedy around him on the island. The latest, obviously, he lost Charlie. Everybody lost Charlie, but Charlie and he were like best buds on the island. So maybe that's another thing that the island gives. And I wonder if ultimately it's almost the smoke monster that grants all of these things. I think we're beginning to realize that the smoke monster somehow, when it finds a dead body, can take that body and not sort of animate it, but appear as it to other people. That seems to be what happened to Christian's body. That seems to be what happened to Yemi's body when Echo saw it. It may even be what happened to... I think that could be what happened to Ben when he saw his mother, and maybe when he communicates with Jacob. And it may even be what happened to Hurley when he saw Charlie in the mental institution. Now, obviously, that brings up questions about, like, can the smoke monster leave the island? You know, we know Ben's mother's body wasn't on the island, but I don't know. It feels like the smoke monster communicates to the living by appearing as the dead. Maybe it doesn't need the body, I don't know, but when there's a strong emotional connection between a living person and somebody they've lost, then it seems that the smoke monster may be able to communicate to them that way. So much else going on. There's still so many mysteries about the future, the flash forwards that we're now getting. We don't know who all of the Oceanic Six are yet. We don't know why Kate is pretending to be Aaron's mother. So I'm just ready to jump into this. Speculation is pointless at this point. This is episode 7. It's called, and forgive me if I get the pronunciation wrong, Yeon. It's clearly Korean, but I have no idea what it refers to. So I'm expecting that this is a Sun and or Jin-centric episode. And other than that, I have no idea what to expect, because this show continues to blow my mind on a regular basis. So let's jump into it, guys. This is episode 7 of season 4 of Lost.
Lapidus.
Frank Lapidus. Is he our mole? Is there a mole? Do we trust Ben with anything he says?
You ready?
Regina.
Oh.
Frank.
This is the first time we've seen her.
I didn't hear you.
Is she the RG on Naomi's bracelet? What's she reading?
Books upside down.
What? Who is she trying to fake out there?
Captain wasn't very happy that you two decided to bust out of sickbay and into our radio
We
room.
didn't bust out. The door was left open. I still want to talk to the captain.
No, you don't.
Who is the captain? We still haven't met the captain. Everybody else we've seen.
Let's talk about baby names.
Oh, English!
지금부터 애기 이름을 지으면 못 나가요.
지연.
Okay.
지연이라고 지을래.
우선 이 섬에서 벗어난 다음에 그때 가서 애기 이름을 져요.
띠.
I like them so much now. They've worked through so much relationship stuff. And now, is this flash forward or flash back? That's the big question. We're definitely in Korea. Was that expose in Korean? Oh, is that her hospital bag? Is she about to give birth? So, is this the flash forward?
응급차 좀 불러주세요. 저 임신부인데요. 뭐가 잘못된 것 같아요.
Oh dear. I mean, she seems to have made it into her 3rd trimester, though, just based on the size of her belly. And she's off island. So she's one of the Oceanic Six? Now, the question, of course, is Jin one of them too, or did she get off without him? Oh? Is this flash forward too?
마음에 드신다니 다행이네요.
아니요, 시간이 없어요.
따님인지 아시나요?
그건 아직 몰라요.
팬들은 누구든 다 좋아하니까 걱정 마세요.
예, 알겠습니다. 예, 간만이군요. 네.
어서 가세요.
Do you think they're really going to rescue us?
It's definitely not why they're there. Oh. Is that from Regina? Don't trust the captain. Okay.
My name is Sun.
Hi, son. Hi. I'm Daniel. Something I can help you with?
Are you or you're not going to rescue us?
It's not really my call, son.
Then whose call is it?
The captain's?
지금부터 이유는 묻지 말고 내가 시키는 대로만 해야 돼요.
Okay.
무슨 일이 생겼어?
She's getting them off the island.
락한테 가봐야겠어요.
Oh. Fascinating. That doesn't seem like the way to get yourself rescued.
Are you planning a trip?
Please, just give me the vitamins.
Where are you going, son? Son, pregnant women. They don't survive here.
But
You don't believe me.
that's true. That's true.
I don't trust you.
But they got off the island.
맞아, 오시아닉 섹스.
Is she early?
애기한테 무슨 이상이 있나요?
태아가 스트레스가 있군.
뭐 잘못됐나요?
예,
저 남편 좀 불러주세요.
남편 꼭 오실 겁니다.
I got a funny feeling that the panda isn't on the same day as this. I mean, maybe it is, but like he's already. Oh, maybe it is.
간다니까요. 여보세요?
It's a Nokia. It should be fine. Oh no! The panda! No more pandas.
그냥. 그 밴드 이리 갖고 와요.
Once you hit the stream, you want to head northwest. Pretty much in a straight line for about a day and a half.
About on a 305-ish?
She's not going anywhere.
What?
If she doesn't get off this island in 3 weeks, she will die.
Why 3 weeks all of a sudden?
Your wife had an affair.
Whoa!
Son was with another man.
What? What on earth, Juliet? Why would you say that?
She thought the baby was his.
That's not how you get trust. That's not how you earn somebody's trust. Wow. What the hell, Juliet? I liked you. And then you do that? I mean, I get why you want Jin and Sun to stay, but that's doctor-patient confidentiality.
나한테 설명할 기회를 좀 줘요. 진수 씨.
You mind if I tag along? Oh, I am sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. Come.
Okay. Way to go, Bernard. Just stick yourself in the middle of that.
Rose has cancer. She says she's better now. She says it's this place.
Cures cancer, kills baby.
I was sure that she'd want to go with Locke
Then why do you stay with Jack?
because it was the right thing to do. It's all about karma, Jim. You make bad choices, bad things happen to you. Or you make good choices, and then good... Hey, you got one. You see?
Good
Now
karma.
That's karma. We must be the good guys, huh?
Did Bernard just save Sun and Jin's marriage? Kahana. And there's another name it used to have. I wonder if that's relevant.
That sound is not mechanical.
Well, you think somebody's doing that?
Is it
Somebody's
Morse?
just banging those pipes again and again.
The captain would like to see you now.
Okay. What's the doctor's name again? Ray? Could he be the R? I can't remember his name. Am I misremembering? Chopper's gone.
Where's the helicopter?
Peters is running an errand.
What's he going to do?
What is Regina about? She's like about to kill herself? What the heck? What the?
She just jumped!
It's over. She's gone.
Is he the captain? Is she destroyed because Naomi's dead? If they were a couple?
I'm Captain Galt.
Okay.
Suppose you two have a few questions.
Don't trust the captain.
Those are my orders. And I don't suppose you'll tell us who gave you those orders.
Well, that's got to be Widmore.
Charles Whitmore.
Yeah. Okay.
That's right, you know him.
Yeah. I'm fascinated by what the dynamic between Charles and Penny is, because we've never actually seen the two, father and daughter, together.
This black box comes from Oceanic Flight 815.
From the Sunda Trench.
A salvage vessel recovered it from the bottom of the ocean. The wreckage was obviously staged.
Yeah.
Now, can you imagine what kind of resources and manpower go into pulling off a feat of that magnitude? And that, Mr. Gerard, Mr. Hugh, is just one of the many reasons we want Benjamin Linus.
So they're saying Ben staged the crash so that people stop looking for them and keeps the island protected. It makes sense, but how powerful is Ben?
I had to stop you. Any way I could.
I don't think she wants to talk to you right now, Juliet.
A week after that, you will lose consciousness and slip into a coma. And when your heart stops beating,
Your baby will die too.
so will the babies. You are my patient.
남편 어디 있어요?
아직 안 오셨습니다.
Where is Jin? Oh, it's alive. That's awesome. I've never been more nervous about the health of a baby during a television birth before.
출산하셨습니다.
Oh, they did a good job of making it messy. I'm assuming it's a girl, and I'm assuming they're naming it Yeon. But where is Jin? Something doesn't add up in that flash forward.
I think you'll like your room.
Cockroaches, yay. Who killed themselves in
It
there?
shouldn't still be there. Damn it. Johnson. Yeah. Mop this up.
Is that Michael? It sounds... huh.
Saeed.
Desmond.
Kevin Johnson.
So, okay. Either he's got amnesia, or could he be Ben's mole?
I made dinner.
당신을 떠난 줄 알았어.
는지 난 알고 있어. 그리고 내가 어떤 남자였는지도 잘 알아.
Yeah, I was an asshole. Look at Jin growing so much. I love it.
무슨 일이 있어도 당신과 우리 아이를 지켜줄 거야. 맹세할게. 나한테 한 가지만. Is the baby mine?
네, 진수 씨. 정말이에요.
난 당신과 절대 헤어지지 않을 거야.
I think our hearts are about to... like.
대사님이 오늘 손주를 보시다고 하셔서
Yeah, this is a flashback.
손주를 전해드리러 왔습니다.
So Sun got off the island, but Jin didn't.
시간이 충분했어요. 이제 결혼한 지 2달밖에 안 됐어요.
Yeah. So she's one of the Oceanic Six, but she's alone. I had a feeling. The numbers didn't add up. Jack, Kate, Hurley, Saeed, Sun, and Aaron. He's in Korea?
Is anyone else coming?
No.
Good. Where is she? She looks just like Jin.
So is this before or after Hurley went back into the institution?
I guess we should, like, go see him.
Has he got a grave? Did his body leave? Or is it just a memorial?
여보 말이 맞았어요. 딸이에요. 당신 옆에 있었으면 좀 좋았을 텐데.
I have to check the dates on that. I think it's a memorial that just shows he died on the day of the crash. Yeah, 9/22. So it's just saying he died during the crash, which is obviously the lie.
너무 보고 싶어.
So he's probably still on the island, but no other way to talk to him. I think we needed an episode like that. I think we needed what was a really actually straightforward, simple episode. We needed to know another member of Oceanic 6. We know its son. I had a funny feeling that it wasn't Jin from the moment we started seeing him in the flashbacks, just because something about it felt weird, you know? That they weren't connected in any direct way like that. The dates on Jin's tombstone show that he died on the day of the crash, so I think it's a fake tombstone. I'm sure there's a bunch of them out there in the world. It may even have been put up when the faked wreckage of 815 was found, which would make kind of sense. But the way she was talking to him at the very end of the episode, it feels to me like he is still on the island. I don't think he dies between current day on the island and Son's rescue. I think he stayed behind. I'm optimistic about that. I think there's, I think it goes. I've learned his name now. Lance Reddick plays a character named Abaddon, I think. And I think when Abaddon visited Hurley in the institution and asked, "Are they still alive?" I mean, it obviously refers to all the people left on the island that somehow don't get rescued, that aren't part of the Oceanic 6. So, I feel like that's Locke's camp, that's probably Sawyer, that's Jin, that's probably Juliet. It feels like there's still a little wiggle room with the Oceanic 6. There's Jack, there's Kate, there's Hurley, there's Saeed, there's Sun, and there's Aaron, but maybe Aaron isn't part of the Oceanic 6 because he was born after the crash, and who knows how the press identifies this. So maybe that's all of them, or maybe there's one more. And I'm sure that was a topic of debate at this point when it first came out. We're also learning a little bit more about the boat. We've met the captain. I didn't catch his name. I'll have to catch it again. He only said it the once, and it was short, and I just didn't hear it. I didn't hear it clearly. He asked the question a lot of us have been asking, but he also linked, for the first time, someone's directly said that Ben has staged the crash off Bali. So how on earth does that happen? How do you stage a plane crash? Did they actually find 324 bodies to put in the plane? How do you get an Oceanic 747 or Trans-Pacific aircraft and sink it surreptitiously? Like how does that even happen? But in any case, can't trust anything, but I think I'm gonna take this at face value that Ben and whoever else he may be working with. I mean, is he the pinnacle of the organization, or are there other people that he works with? They staged a plane crash, so that the wreckage would be eventually discovered. Although I think, if you want to ensure that the wreckage is discovered, maybe you don't sink it in 4 kilometers of water in a part of the world where this flight certainly would never have crashed. But nevertheless, apparently geographical knowledge is non-existent in the world of Lost. He's told us that the boat is Charles Widmore's. That must be doing a number to Desmond. But I am very curious about the dynamic between Charles and Penny. Penny was unaware of the boat when Charlie spoke to her at the end of last season. So what's that about? It's kind of odd that both Charles and Penny are both looking for the island. Now, it seems Charles's primary focus is on Ben, and Penny's is clearly on Desmond. But were they independently conducting this search? It's very interesting. Or has Penny sort of been co-opting her father's search, or I don't know. I need more information on that end. But we also had that fun reveal on the boat where Kevin Johnson, whose name I will never forget because great point guard from the Phoenix Suns back in the 90s, is Michael. Michael is undercover as Kevin Johnson, and either he has complete amnesia and, you know, he's somehow ended up back, you know, at the island, or he, and I think this is the more likely solution, has been somehow forced to work for Ben, much the way it seems Saeed is working for Ben in our flash forwards, and he is Ben's mole on the boat. Now, my best theory at this point is Ben has Walt captive or otherwise has threatened to hurt Walt if Michael doesn't cooperate. I think that makes sense, right? And so Michael is posing as a janitor on this, you know, a maintenance man on this boat, and now he gets to clean the blood out of Saeed and Desmond's room, which appears to be suicide related. So the crew of the boat are killing themselves. We have candidates for who RG is. It may have been Regina, who wrapped herself in chain and jumped off the boat and killed herself. I think the doctor's first name is Ray. We haven't learned his last name yet, I don't think. So maybe it's from him. Maybe the captain's last name starts with a G. But I'm waiting for that mystery to be answered. I'm keeping an eye out for those clues. But yeah, clearly Sun got off the island. I still can't believe Juliet just dropped the bomb to Jin that your wife had an affair. I mean, that feels like such a violation of doctor-patient confidentiality. But I get why. I understand Juliet's motivation, but it makes no sense to me that you say that and then expect your patient to trust you. That seems like the surest way ever to drive a patient away. But you know, Jin has clearly evolved as a man and as a husband, and he understands the error of his ways, and he was very forgiving. Sun, to a large degree, has already forgiven Jin for his actions when he worked for her father. So him forgiving her for hers because of his actions isn't monumental, it's just fair, I guess is the point. You know, they've both forgiven each other for a lot of their bad history. You know, the irony is Jin would never have even had to be one of Mr. Pake's thugs if it weren't for Sun asking for the $100,000 because she wanted to spare Jin the shame of discovering that his mother was a prostitute. So the entire problem with their marriage stemmed from a bad mother. The show is all about bad mothers and bad fathers. Mostly bad fathers, but there's definitely some bad mothers out there too. I love that this counts as a quiet episode of Lost, a relatively calm one. Even though there are, you know, big reveals like Michael's on the boat and Sun is one of the Oceanic Six, but Jin isn't. I love that. I think that's great. And as much as I saw the reveal about Jin at the end coming, I still think it was good storytelling. It makes sense about the panda. I wonder if people familiar with the Chinese calendar figured out the clue, because they called it Year of the Dragon. You know, the toy store owner tried to sell Jin the dragon because it is Year of the Dragon. That would make it 2004, I'm guessing. I'm just guessing off the top of my head that 2004 was the Year of the Dragon, and 2005, Sun's birth year, was something else. And it makes sense why Jin needed a panda, because he wanted to give the gift to the Chinese ambassador. The panda is the national animal of China. It makes sense. It's probably very auspicious. Anyway, Great episode. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I have so much fun with these, and I hope you do too. I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments down below. If you want to check out my Patreon, feel free. The link is in the description. If you haven't yet and you've been following my Lost reactions, consider subscribing. But honestly, if you don't and you check them out anyway, that's great. I just don't want you to miss any of them. I love how faithful the Lost audience is out there. You guys are so awesome. I have a ton of fun interacting with you. I'm trying to get better about responding to more comments. So yeah, please let me know what you thought about this episode in particular, about season 4 in general, and if I miss anything, by all means, let me know. Until next time, guys, take care, stay healthy, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.